How Casino Got Made. Directed by Martin Scorsese, Casino is a crime epic based on real events in Las Vegas during the 1970s and 1980s. The story was adapted from Nicholas Pileggi's book Casino, Love and Honor in Las Vegas, which detailed the rise and fall of mob control over casinos.
Did he bring you this idea?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he brought me the idea 2.5 years ago. And what he brought me really was a newspaper article about a husband and wife domestic squabble on a lawn.
Yeah.
At about 7 in the morning in Las Vegas. And from that article, the whole story unravels. All the elements come together in that sequence, and that's the way we try to structure the picture. That article and that scene on the lawn was so vivid.
Scorsese and Pileggi had previously collaborated on Goodfellas, 1990, and after its success, they wanted to explore a similar milieu, but through the lens of power, betrayal, and greed in the gambling world. Universal Pictures greenlit the project due to the pedigree of the team, Scorsese, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci, who had already proven their chemistry in earlier films. Scorsese described Casino as a tale about people in the desert building an empire only to see it fall apart, a metaphor for greed and corruption in America. The challenges in making the film. Scorsese faced several hurdles. First, securing access to shoot in real Las Vegas casinos wasn't easy. The team eventually struck a deal with the Riviera Hotel and Casino, allowing them to film during off hours, often at night. Maintaining authenticity and depicting the mafia's grip on Las Vegas required balancing dramatic storytelling with real-life details. Many mob figures and their families were still alive, and legal concerns loomed large throughout production.
Traditionally, we're not known for bragging about it being part of their culture. They would like try and, they were low-key.
The script spanned decades and involved multiple interconnected storylines, requiring precise editing to keep the story coherent without losing its tension. Sharon Stone's role as Ginger McKenna, the seductive and manipulative hustler, became one of her most iconic performances. However, getting her cast wasn't straightforward. Scorsese initially considered other actresses for the role, but Stone lobbied hard for the part. At one point, she stormed out of an audition after feeling overlooked, but Scorsese was ultimately impressed by her determination and raw talent. Stone reportedly brought an emotional intensity that no other actress could match. Despite initial hesitations from the studio, Scorsese cast her, and her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. However, working with her wasn't without its challenges. Stone reportedly clashed with Scorsese and De Niro on set due to her insistence on multiple takes and creative disagreements.
You must see this as larger than just another gangster film.
Yes.
How do you see it?
Well, I always imagine, I said, well, I was interested in doing it. I said, but the only way to really make this one, I said, obviously I'd want Bob in it, Bob De Niro, and it's a perfect part for Joe Pesci, and it'd be wonderful.
And Harvey would have been in it, except he was off somewhere.
Harvey was somewhere else as usual, making another picture. He makes 15 a year, thank God. And I said, I really need, I needed to expand the story. I said, if it's going to be about Las Vegas, and it really deals with the end of Vegas of a certain period in time, by 1983, 86. In my mind, it became something like an urban Western, where it was really the end of the old Wild West, the real end of the Wild West in a way, where things were wide open.
Why the casino names were changed. The names of the casinos in the film were fictionalized due to legal reasons and to avoid backlash from existing businesses. The real-life Stardust Casino, where much of the story's events took place, became the fictional Tangiers in the film. The name changes also allowed Scorsese more creative freedom in depicting the casino's mob connections without directly implicating real businesses. Joe Pesci's character. Joe Pesci's character, Nicky Santoro, was based on Anthony "Tony the Ant" Splatro, a notorious mob enforcer who operated in Las Vegas. Splatro's recklessness and violent tendencies led to his downfall. His brutal death in Casino mirrors Splatro's real-life demise when he and his brother were murdered by the mob. Pesci brought an unrelenting intensity to the role, but his portrayal was so terrifyingly authentic that it caused discomfort even among the cast and crew during filming. While Casino is celebrated today, its production wasn't without issues. Scorsese's meticulous approach led to long shooting schedules, often stretching days beyond their planned duration. The film's sprawling 3-hour runtime also faced criticism from studio executives who feared it would alienate audiences. Additionally, the heavy reliance on narration, a signature Scorsese technique, was polarizing. Some felt it made the story feel overly expositional rather than cinematic. Despite these hurdles, Casino remains a masterpiece of modern filmmaking. Its exploration of power, greed, and betrayal against the glittering backdrop of Las Vegas continues to captivate audiences. The performances of De Niro, Pesci, and Stone, combined with Scorsese's direction, turned what could have been a typical mob story into an epic exploration of human nature. Whether you admire its ambition or critique its excess, Casino remains a towering achievement in cinema. Its creation was as complex and challenging as the story it told, a true reflection of the high-stakes world it sought to capture.